first animation product. And we've probably had 3 attempts at that over the last 3 years. Neither of us are animators or coders, so we've had to bring people in from outside to work on coding up our games. We started with one that was a complete disaster. We had to throw everything away. We then moved on, used somebody else, and actually invested $10,000 of our own money into building this game, which was a complete waste of time. They stuffed that up, and so we had to throw that away again. And then now we're still only really completing our very first product. And so I think that probably one of the most important things that I can say is one of the most important qualities which I can point to is probably tenacity. There are plenty of times that we could have given up along the way, but here we are. We still don't have a product that's finished. We're very, very close to launching, so that's fairly exciting for us. So out of the Spark Challenge, hey, we got some neat stuff from Spark, and probably one of the great things was just the process of forcing us to really document our value proposition and our business plan. Secondly, with the mentors, we had one in particular, Sean Lee, a chap from a design company in Auckland, and he was a fantastic mentor to us, and our relationship with him has continued, beyond Spark. In fact, we just met with him this morning to just continue the work that we still do with Sean, and of course it was free during the Spark Challenge, but now we have to pay him, but it's worth every cent. And it's fantastic the relationship that we have there, and also with Jeff. I don't think Jeff Witch is here tonight, but Jeff has been a fantastic support to us. Also during the Spark Challenge, but also afterwards. And it was actually late last year that Jeff tapped us on the shoulders and said, "Hey, there's this competition run by the Haas School of Business in Berkeley, California," and he said it's on social entrepreneurship. So he tapped us on the shoulder and said, "Hey, you guys should think about entering that." So we started the process again and entered a venture summary for that. I think it was back in maybe January of this year, and that went up to Bangkok, where all of the venture summaries were collected from the Asia Pacific region, from 12 or 14 or 16 countries or something like that. So we're very happy in January of this year to be selected as one of the semi-finalists for the Asia Pacific GSBC competition. So up to Bangkok we went in March, which was fantastic, and we were one of 12 semi-finalists there and competed. And the 3 winners from that would go through to San Francisco for the finals of the GSBC for the entire 6 regions of the world. But there we were in the semi-finals, competing against the best of Asia Pacific, and we were thrilled to actually make it through to the finals from Bangkok back in March. So that was fantastic. So that meant that we went off to San Francisco, which was actually about 10 days ago now, a week before last, and up there we went to present our business plan again, which had, by this time had changed considerably from the original Spark business plan the 8, 9, 10, 11 months ago, whenever it was. And so we went up to Berkeley and competed with some really slick teams from America, from Haas School of Business, from Berkeley, from Columbia University, from New Delhi, and we were competing for the Best Social Impact Assessment Award. And well, you can imagine how thrilled we were when we won that. So we came back here last Monday with with an award in our hands. So I think the message that really from that is that, hey, anybody who goes through the Spark Challenge here in Auckland is very, very, very well equipped to foot it really with the best of them in the international competitions. So I mean, we could do it. We weren't even the winners in Spark. We were just the runners-up. So we weren't the best that Spark produced last year, but we were able to really hold our own in the international competition. So hey, anybody in this room that's got a great idea and is willing to really put the effort in through Spark, boy, this is world standard what we're doing here. And I think that what's happening in Berkeley and Haas and Columbia universities in the States is no better. And in fact, really I think it's not as good as what's happening here. So anybody that's doing this, goes through the process, is really as well equipped. So that's us. So our business, our first product is almost ready for launch. We're excited about that. We launched in about probably 4 weeks. So really, in a nutshell, tenacity. Just be prepared to accept some failures. We've had some failures already. We're on to our third iteration of our first product. Be flexible. Be prepared to accept some changes. And really, I think the third thing would be really think about what your value proposition is. And our value proposition started as being quite muddled. We're all over the place. We're trying to be all things to all people. And throughout the planning proposition, we really honed it down. And get a good elevator pitch. We've got a great elevator pitch. If I've got 40 seconds left, I'll give it to you for it. There is fantastic educational gaming made for the likes of Nintendo, and it works. We're applying the same principles to meeting psychological needs by creating world-class, clinically robust games that young people actually want to play. We aim to bring the therapist couch into the living room. Action gaming will be developed for the likes of depression, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress disorder. But first, we will test and perfect our business model with our prototype game, designed to teach children on the autistic spectrum to recognise emotions. So look out for us on www.brightmindlads.com. Thank you.
Just a comment in terms of the global social entrepreneurship competition. Bright Minds was the second team to have entered from the University Spark competition. There had been another entry the year before, which had also made it up to the regional finals. So thank you very much for kind of bringing that to everybody's attention, because it's one of the things that all of you involved in and thinking about the global, thinking about social entrepreneurship, it's something that you would be able to enter as well, and definitely worth it as a venture. So that's Anmol and Fraser, and now to a completely different opportunity. Brian.
Thank you. Yeah, well done, Fraser. I'll have to say my piece is going to be 10 minutes long, so I don't have an elevator speech for you already. I just need to. Oops. My name is Brian. I'm the founder of TransferCar, and basically TransferCar was a concept that we came up with back in 2007, and we submitted our business plan to Spark as well. But just to give you a more visual kind of presentation of our concept, we have this video clip made, which is not working.
I've tried the first tab, it's already loaded.
Okay,
yeah.
Here we go.
Hi, I'm Lisbon.
And I'm Brian, and we are TransferCar.
TransferCar is an online relocation service where flexible travelers can go and find a free rental car. The way we do that is by getting relocation cars for the rental car industry. The idea comes from when I came to New Zealand and studied here at the business school. I had a summer job at Ace Rental Cars as a web developer. And they were complaining about the cost of relocating cars around the country. I remember seeing something similar, or hearing something similar elsewhere, and I kind of said, well, why don't you put it on the relocation website? And that's kind of where I clicked in, and that's where the idea came from. Relocation cars are cars that the rental car industry needs to move from one branch to another. We found people like you, or myself, to drive it for free.
Basically, what we allow the rental car company to do is to rent the car by themselves, and also we allow the drivers to go to the site and actually request to drive the car online instead of having to go via a third-person process. One of the unique features of that is that when the rental car company actually lists the vehicle, they can add, for example, free insurance, free fuel, free ferry, and also free extras, which could be, for example, a third ticket. So that makes the driver can actually get part of the package.
So where to from here? Well, we're trying to raise capital to move into Australia and the US. But for now, I think we're just going to take this baby down to Queenstown.
Alright, that gave you just a very quick idea about what this is about. I'm just going to show you the website as well, because it might explain exactly what this is about. So basically you can see the vehicles here are listed by different rental car companies. So we have, for example, a camper van here that needs to be relocated from Auckland Airport to Christchurch. This is the period where it's available, so it has to be in Christchurch the 17th, but it can be picked up between these two dates. And the ferry is included, which means that when you pick it up, you will organize the ferry with